Have you ever thought about what would happen if the strongest demon slayer in existence became the Demon King? How would this affect the story, and just how strong would he be? Well, brace yourself, because the entirety of Demon Slayer would change as we know it. Here's our answer to the question, what would happen if Yoriichi Sugikuni became the Demon King? But before we jump into the excitement, let's take a look at what might happen if Yoriichi turned into a demon first, and what would be the outcome when he embraces his inner darkness. So, how would he even become a demon in the first place? Well, we'd have to go way back into the series where Yoriichi first found Muzan. During their final fight, Muzan, on the brink of death, would only likely have the same option as he did in the original series, to forcefully inject someone with his blood in the hopes of him not being fully defeated. After Yoriichi sliced him and damaged him to a molecular level, instead of him blowing up into thousands of pieces, he would inject a large amount of his blood into Yoriichi, and somewhat implant his will and consciousness into him. But how is this possible? Well, it's because of Muzan's proficiency with his blood demon art called biokinesis, where he could use blood memory transfer and consciousness implantation. Now that he's become a demon, just how strong will Yoriichi become? Well, with Yoriichi's pre-existing incredible skills and Muzan's powers combined, he would become unstoppable. Yoriichi's already exceptional swordsmanship and breathing technique, coupled with Muzan's regenerative abilities and centuries of experience, would make him indestructible. Yoriichi was the strongest being in his universe before the existence of Demon King Tanjiro. But now that he was the one that Muzan injected his blood into, he is now a calamity-class threat. But there is one more important question about what would happen if Yoriichi becomes a demon. Moreover, a demon king. Will he be a good demon or a bad demon? Two things are for sure though. If he keeps his memories, the demons are done for. And if he loses his memories, the humans are the ones in trouble. So let's go ahead and take a look at what would happen if he chooses to be good or bad. And stay tuned until the end, because the last scenario will shock you. Starting off, we'll go to the safer route. How would this play out? Well, Yoriichi's transformation into a demon while retaining his memory would surely be a shock to his former allies, leaving them wary and hesitant due to past encounters with demons, since the Demon Slayer Corps' whole purpose is to slay demons after all. But a glimmer of hope emerges as they witness Yoriichi's unwavering humanity and moral compass, igniting the possibility that he can harness his demonic powers for the greater good. His skills combined with his demonic abilities would make him even stronger than when he was in his prime as a human, and it will surely make him an invaluable asset in the ongoing battle against the remaining demons even after Muzan's death, because they did not entirely erase him. But the question still remains, why did the demons not die out? Well, even though Muzan's cells serve as a foundation of their existence, and when Muzan dies, they die as well. It's entirely possible they'll continue to exist because Muzan's cells are present inside Yoriichi. It's only that he was able to push past his feral state and force Muzan's will out of his own consciousness because he's a legend. Now that he's a demon, he's got heightened senses, insane strength, and can heal faster than the blink of an eye. With all these overpowered abilities, what will he do next? Well, one thing he would do for sure is hunt down every demon in the world. Yoriichi has unlimited stamina and time since he's now practically immortal. With everything set, he would venture around the world hunting the demons one by one. He would also find every single last one of them because of Muzan's cells. Muzan had the ability called telepathy, where he had the ability to read the thoughts of those he shared his blood with. So it's not a far cry to say Yoriichi had this as well, and he would use it to hunt down every single one of them. Another way he could do this is that he could also activate what's known as Kibutsuji's curse. When Muzan was still the Demon King, he placed a curse on all the demons that have assimilated his blood, where Muzan's cells will stop their regeneration and kill them. This can be automatically activated when they say the word Kibutsuji, as seen with Susumaru. However, it can also be intentionally turned on when Muzan, or in this case Yoriichi, wills it. Muzan did this in the original timeline when he killed Nakime because she was being manipulated by Yushiro. Now that Muzan is gone and all the demons have been destroyed, what will happen to the Demon Slayer Corps, as they existed even before Yoriichi became a Demon Slayer himself? Well, since Muzan is no more, that means no more curses to the Ubuyashiki clan, since they only ever suffered from the curse because of how they were related to the former Demon King. But this would cause a lot of suspicion and confusion within the core ranks. But why is that? Well, seeing as there have been no reports of demons anymore, and their strongest demon slayers suddenly vanished, they became wary for quite some time, and eventually disbanded after years of no reports of any demon sightings or crime cases related to demons. Every swordsman of the Corps will be living an ordinary life as a human, but what about breathing techniques? Well, it's sad to say, but it will never come to be. The only breathing technique that will ever exist is the sun breathing technique, and will only ever be passed to the Kamado family, where Yoriichi will stay in contact with them. Yoriichi would live on as a sort of symbol for the family, a secret, eternal protector that stood with them for generations. Eventually, Yoriichi would decide to kill himself once he's sure his mission is done. He'll try to disintegrate himself using the sun, but will he conquer it as well? No one will ever know for sure. But before we continue to the more exciting part, please don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and click the notification bell for more videos like this one. Now back to the video. Now that we know that Yoriichi would become some benevolent vigilante demon slayer when he becomes a good demon king, we have to ask, what horrors would he bring if he became an evil, more powerful version? Yoriichi's transformation into a demon king would grant him unprecedented power, enhancing his already formidable skills as a demon slayer. However, this would come at a cost, as he would be corrupted by the darkness and lose his humanity, leading to a loss of compassion for others. This was prevalent in the original timeline, where in this state, Muzan also failed to force his consciousness and will into Tanjiro, and he instead became something like a feral beast. Yoriichi would most likely push past his feral state and gain a little bit of his consciousness, but for the sake of the story, he won't get back his memories, only a hatred for humans that came from Muzan. These memories include the location of the Blue Spider Lily, his past, his association with the Demon Slayer Corps, and even his own name. With his immense power, Yoriichi could unleash destruction and chaos, pursuing his goals without regard for the consequences. This would eventually lead to a conflict with the remaining Demon Slayers, who would strive to stop him and protect humanity from his unstoppable force. But how would this affect the Demon Slayer Corps? Well, the remaining Demon Slayers, who used to be his friends and comrades, now find themselves facing off against their former ally turned enemy. Not only is Yoriichi the only one who knows breathing techniques, because he hasn't taught others yet, but Yoriichi is also the only one who can access the transparent world, selfless state, and Demon Slayer mark. Things will get wild as the Demon Slayers and the remaining Hashiras step up to the challenge, fighting tooth and nail to put a stop to Yoriichi's rampage and keep humanity safe. But seeing as Yoriichi is the strongest Demon Slayer to ever exist, and is now the strongest being in the Demon Slayer universe, it's safe to say the entire Demon Slayer Corps would stand no chance against him. If they decide to attack him in one all-out fight, it's not a far-fetched idea to conclude that the entire Corps will be wiped out. Their best chance would be to do the same thing they have always done: hide themselves, and fight when the time is right. Demon King Yoriichi would continue Muzan's legacy, construct the Upper Moons, and bring forth the Age of Demons. But one question still remains. In this timeline, where he's evil, would he be immune to the sun? I'll leave that to you guys. Let me know in the comment section what you think. Will Yoriichi be like Nezuko, or will he spend his immortality trying to find the Blue Spider Lily like Muzan? There are only two of the many possibilities that could happen when Yoriichi becomes the Demon Slayer. But have you ever wondered what would happen if all Hashiras became demons? Well, take a look at our next video to find out.